I cannot wait for this one. It's the co-meet event of the evening. It's a banger. We got the rematch between Alexander Volkanovski, aka Alexander the Great, aka the OGM, taking on Max Blessed Holloway. Volkanovski this time around is coming in at a minus 235 favorite, despite being an underdog last time around. Holloway, meanwhile, plus 195. Volkanovski's 21-1. He's 8-0 in the UFC with wins over Darren the Damage Elkins, Chad Mini Mendez, Jose Aldo, and obviously Max most recently. But Holloway's got that impressive resume of his own. I mean, he's 21-5, 17-5 in the UFC, and he's got an impressive win repertoire with impressive victories over Andre Touchy-Feely, Charles Dubronx Oliveira back in the day, Cub Swanson, Ricardo Lamas, Anthony Showtime Pettis, the Wheaties Box man himself, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens, Jose Aldo twice, Brian T. City Ortega, and Frankie Edgar. I feel like, Meat Boy, a lot of people are discounting Max Holloway's chances in this rematch. I think the odds makers have been a little disrespectful. Talk to me about your summation on this fight and who you got, Meat Boy.
Yeah, it does seem like 66% are going to go with OGM. I'm with that 66%. I'm kind of all on the great hype train right now. I think he's just another monster. He is a point fighter, it does seem, but I kind of feel like he's going to come out there and go for the kill. Max is tougher than anyone in that division, really. So this is gonna be a great rematch, great fight. Max could definitely get it back, but I don't know. I think the great OGM, he's just been looking way too good and strong, and I don't know if Max has that kind of power to put him away. He might have to play his game and do a point back. So I don't know. It's really anyone's fight though, but I'm gonna go with OGM, the great.
It's going to be interesting to see what sort of adjustments Holloway makes in this rematch, right? Because you're right, Volkanovski, he kind of pointed his way to a decisive victory nonetheless, but it wasn't like he brutalized Max Holloway or like put him through much significant damage, right? I'm curious to see how the early leg kicks play a role on both sides, and I'm just curious, like I mentioned, to see what sort of adjustments Holloway can make in this rematch. Do you think that Volkanovski is getting a little bit too bothered by this whole point fighting narrative? Because it sounds like he's a little upset. It's almost as if he believes Max won't admit that he lost that first fight. And I don't know, it almost seems like he really wants to go for the finish this time around. Do you think that is a solid strategy, or do you think that might hurt Volkanovski when fighting a guy as tough and as talented as Max Holloway?
Yeah, I've been actually wondering that too because it does seem like Mac's pretty convinced that he won the last fight. He felt like he did enough, and that might be part of his mind games to really mess with, Alexander, which then could revolt to where he doesn't stick to the game plan that got him the title, like the belt anyway, which could hurt him in the long run because then at that point you're playing Max's game, which he wants a dogfight. He wants you right there. He doesn't want you chipping his legs. He just wants a brawl, which that's going to be a hard matchup for Alexander. But if Alexander can stick to the game plan, chop those legs down, I think he'll still come out on top. But Max maybe is going to make that perfect adjustment to keep his legs protected. Hopefully, because I want Max to win, but if I'm going to put my money, I'm going to have to go with the great. I can't go with Max for this one. He just looked too good, and I think he's got him dialed in. Been studying for way too long. But yeah, we'll see. This fight is just fucking banger of a meat stick, and I'm super pumped to see this one.
It's a banger of a meat stick for sure, and I'm with you. It's very tough to root against Max Holloway. The dude is just insanely likable. Here's my prediction, Meat Boy. I think that Volkanovski is going to put too much emphasis on trying to finish Holloway. He's going to fight emotional, which, like you said, sort of plays into a favorable trait for Max Holloway, being a guy that's just a gritty brawler ready to throw down. I think Volkanovski is going to be shaken a bit. He's going to be focused too much on the finish, and Holloway's going to make the necessary adjustments, get his belt back, and then we'll see what goes down in a trilogy. But I like Max Holloway in this rematch. I recognize he's a sizable underdog, but I'm rolling with Blessed nonetheless. Any last words, Meat Boy, on this co-meet event of UFC
No,
251?
no, I'm super excited for this fight, and I honestly hope there is a trilogy. I hope this is super competitive. I hope it's a split decision, if anything. That way we can see a third fight to really see who the best of all time really is, because it's got to be one of these two.
I'm with that. It's got to be one of those two for sure. He's got Volkanovski. I've got Holloway. Check out the main event, Meat Boy.